Can you drink enough on your Royal Caribbean cruise in order to make a Royal Caribbean drink package worth it? Today, we've got a look at a firsthand experience of what it's like to try the drink package and what we thought about it up next. Hey everyone, it's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. For many cruisers, enjoying cocktails and beer while on their trip is really just as important as the ports that their ship will visit. Whatever the reasoning, the most important question to consider whether or not a Royal Caribbean drink package is worth it is going to be, of course, the cost. The deluxe beverage package is usually around $70 to $85 per day when pre-purchased through the cruise planner. It's possible to snag it for even lower, but it really just depends on your sailing, so you never know. But for this fixed price, cruisers are able to enjoy an unlimited amount of drinks on their cruise, including at Royal Caribbean's private destinations of Perfect Day, Coco Cay, and Labadee. And for those who plan on drinking a lot during their vacation, a drink package makes a lot of sense, especially when you consider that most cocktails come in at around $14 before gratuity. Royal Caribbean blog staff member Elizabeth recently sailed on Symphony of the Seas to see if a drink package was worth it for her on her sailing. She spent $600 on a drink package for a 7-night sailing, but the real question was it worth it?
Hi everyone, I'm Elizabeth, and I bought my drink package about 2.5 weeks before my sailing and paid $600 for a 7-night cruise. This breaks down to $72.99 per day, plus the 18% daily gratuity. Before getting into whether or not I found the drink package worth it, let's first discuss what's included in a Royal Caribbean deluxe beverage package. The real question is, what doesn't the package include? You can order anything from a fruity cocktail to craft beer, wine, premium coffees, sodas, smoothies, bottled water and sports drinks, milkshakes, and fresh squeezed juices. You can even choose from top shelf liquor, like Grey Goose, Captain Morgan, and Patron. I found myself starting my day each morning at Cafe Promenade ordering a cold brew coffee, and to me, this was a huge benefit. While there's nothing wrong with the complimentary coffee, the premium drinks at Cafe Promenade are much better, especially since I prefer iced coffee over hot. You can order anything from an Americano to flavored lattes, cappuccinos, espresso shots, and frappuccinos. Even though Cafe Promenade now serves Starbucks coffee, they do not offer a full Starbucks menu. The package also does not include full bottles of wine or drinks served in souvenir cups. So, was the drink package worth it on my 7-night Symphony of the Seas cruise? To break even, I knew that I needed to drink at least 5 cocktails per day. With 4 days in port, I'll bet one at their private island Perfect Day at Coco Cay, I honestly wasn't sure I'd be able to accomplish this. That being said, I think the drink package was worth it. I had a total of 36 cocktails over the course of the week, and that doesn't even include the premium coffee, Powerade, or bottled water that I got. I don't drink much at home, so I see any kind of vacation as my time to splurge. When I was on board Symphony of the Seas in January, I found myself returning to the same bartender since I liked how he made my beverages, and I felt like I was really getting my money's worth. This time, however, I was a little bit more adventurous, and even tried making my own drinks at the Bionic Bar. It's safe to say that bartending is not my calling, but it was a really neat experience. When I boarded the ship, the first thing that I did was go straight to the on-air bar and order a strawberry blonde, aka my favorite drink. Over the course of the week, I had 5 of these. Without the drink package, I know this would have been my go-to since I know that I enjoy them. For my embarkation lunch, I ate at Jamie's Italian and ordered grappa stragionata, a kind of Italian liquor. Without the package, I know I would not have tried this. It was what you'd expect for straight liquor and, unsurprisingly, one of my least favorite drinks on the cruise. If I was paying for my drinks a la carte, I probably wouldn't have had my first drink of the day until sail away. I definitely felt the freedom to indulge in a drink whenever I wanted, which is something I usually don't do. During sail away, I enjoyed a vodka soda that I got at the Wipeout Bar while watching Miami disappear into the horizon. By the end of the first day, I had, to my disbelief, 10 drinks, including Schooner Bar's infamous lavender daiquiri, a Sexy Ocean while watching Hero, and a custom Bionic bar drink. I realized though, this was a trend I couldn't keep up throughout the week. Would I have had 10 drinks if I was paying for each individually? Absolutely not. I also noticed that many of the fruity drinks were more sugar than anything. Regardless, it's very easy to get carried away when you have a drink package. Day 2 was one of 2 sea days, and I started it with, of course, a cold brew coffee. Later on, I enjoyed an ice-cold Diet Coke during lunch. Having the luxury to choose exactly what you want to drink and when is one of the biggest advantages of a drink package. It turns cruising into a more all-inclusive experience. There's nothing wrong with sticking to the complimentary drinks like water, juice, and tea during the day and paying for a few drinks when you want them, but I really like having the choice of being able to get whatever I want. I had 8 alcoholic drinks on the second day, but I knew that the next 3 days were going to be spent in port. I enjoy drinking most on C days, so I figured that those would be the days that made the package worth the money. I hate feeling groggy while exploring ports, so I prefer to drink during the day and wind down in the evenings. I was right too. My drinking slowed down after the first 2 days. I only had 3 alcoholic drinks after I got back on board after spending the day in Roatan, an espresso martini from Dazzles, and 2 drinks at Wonderland. I spent day 4 at the beach in Costa Maya where I had 2 cocktails. By the time I returned, I was tired and sunburnt. I made it a point to try something new, so I got a Kentucky Summer at Trellis Bar in Central Park for a pre-dinner drink. I also had a Truly and Strawberry Blonde before retiring for the night. One way I like to justify drink packages is by trying new drinks. If I have the package and order something I don't like, I'm not obligated to finish it. I can simply go elsewhere and get something else. When I don't have the package, I definitely stick to my tried and true favorites. I did not have my first drink on day 5 until I went up the Rising Tide bar and got a tropical sangria around 3:30 p.m. Since I had a more relaxed morning on board and only got off the ship to grab a quick bite to eat in Cozumel, I felt ready for the night ahead. I got a lavender daiquiri to drink while watching the ship depart from Cozumel, 2 Aperol spritzes and Jazz on 4, a Tom Collins in the Schooner Bar, and a rum old fashioned to take with me to the Love and Marriage game show in the Royal Theater, bringing my total to the day to 6 alcoholic beverages. Day 6 was our second and final sea day. I had a light breakfast to prepare for my lunch at Azumi and opted not to order an alcoholic drink. Instead, I brought along my Coca-Cola Freestyle cup and got a zero sugar Powerade from the machine in Sorrento's before going. At this point, I was trying fewer drinks. I visited Dazzles again that evening for another espresso martini, or 2, Schooner Bar for a rum old fashioned, and even a simple vodka soda during the crazy quest. After that, it was time for some pizza and bed. Our last day of the cruise was spent at Perfect Day at Coco Cay. If you go to Coco Cay and don't get a Coco Loco, you're doing it wrong. It's the perfect frozen drink to sip on while enjoying your, perfect day. By this point of my cruise, however, I was exhausted. I didn't want to exacerbate this by drinking in the heat. I opted to order one right before I headed back to the ship around 3:45. Plus, the heat wasn't as bad then. There was absolutely no way that I could have spent all day drinking on the island. When I got back on board, my plan was to have one more drink at Schooner Bar and call it a night. Then I realized I had some free play at the casino. Well, one thing led to another, and I was down $130 and 3 vodka sodas in. Not my smartest move considering I had to wake up early for disembarkation, but I had a lot of fun. I was still packed and in bed by 10:30, so there wasn't any major damage done. I had 5 drinks on the last day of my cruise, bringing my total to the week for 36. However, did I actually need a drink package on my cruise? Prior to this week's trip, I thought I needed one. Growing up, I always had the refreshment package, and once I turned 21, I began to get the deluxe one. In fact, I've only ever been on 2 cruises without a drink package. By the end of the cruise, I was honestly tired of drinking, both mentally and physically. I know that I'll always get my money's worth when I purchase a package, but sometimes I don't actually need one. I found myself ordering drinks just because I had the package, not because I necessarily wanted them. I could have easily gotten away with purchasing the drinks I wanted when I wanted them and saved a lot of money. That being said, alcohol is not the only thing that's included with the package. I love the premium coffee options as well as the sports drinks. They're great when getting back on board after a long day spent in port, and I know that without a package, I would have saved my money for the alcoholic drinks instead. Plus, I do enjoy the I can do whatever I want mentality when on vacation, rather than worrying about how much is being charged to my SeaPass card. Deciding whether or not a drink package is worth it is sometimes more complex than the monetary aspect. For me, I know I'll get my money's worth, but is it something that I truly need to enhance my vacation? Would I rather spend the money on other experiences like shore excursions or a better stateroom? Or do I truly value the convenience of a package and that all-inclusive feel? On my upcoming European cruise in May, I am saving the money for once-in-a-lifetime shore excursions that I wouldn't be able to get if I splurged on the drink package. With only 2 sea days and long days in port, the alcoholic drink package would feel more like a chore than anything. Everyone's preferences are different. Some may always want a drink package, even during port-intensive cruises. Others may never get one, either because of loyalty status or because of personal drinking habits. This time, I'd say the money was well spent though.
So what do you think? Do you think $600 for a drink package is worth it, or is that $600 better spent somewhere else? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the drink package, and is that upfront cost really a good idea to buy? I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments below. While you're down below our video, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so that way you don't miss out when we have new videos to share. This has been Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, and we'll talk again real soon.